CardKast with Mike and Lens, the show about everything sports cards, autographs, and memorabilia. I'm Len plus Z, and this is the Mail Day opening video edition. Wow, what a mail day that we have today. We have multiple PSA returns. We have an SGC return, and we also have some pickups. I just saved myself from making a huge mistake with my GoPro. I have the GoPro 5 Black or whatever it is. I had it automatically, if you just turn it on, it defaults to fast. It records and fast forward, and if you don't catch it and you don't do it, so I almost literally recorded the video and fast forward, and I would have done it all over again. And I'm glad that I didn't do that. So, anyways, I'm going to start off with this. This is pretty cool. I'm going to use this as a future backdrop. This came from eBay seller. Let's see. I don't know if you can, probably not going to be able to see it, but his name is R. Cedeno. Kind of like Roger Cedeno. I don't know. I doubt if it's him, but maybe he's a Roger Cedeno fan. And he has a lot of vintage articles and magazine ads and things like that. And I'm not really one to go out and buy that stuff. If it comes into a collection, I'll use it. You've seen some of my back displays. These things came in a collection. I'm using them as a backdrop display. But this has purpose, because if you know me, you know that I'm a huge fan of the All-Star rookie cards, the signed cup cards, signed and unsigned. But this is an actual ad. It says Top Salute of the Tops, the 8th annual Tops rookie All-Star team. It has the Tops chewing gum, Brooklyn, New York. A really cool shot of the taller cup or All-Star rookie trophy, and it's like really defined here where it is, said to be kind of like cartoonish or a cartoon trophy in the cards. And this one features George Scott, Dave Johnson, Tommy Agee, Sonny Jackson, Cleon Jones, Tommy Helms, Jim Nash, Woody Fryman, Randy Hundley, and Byron Brown. And when you look at, who's there, it's like, okay, there's no superstars in there. There's no Hall of Famers, but I mean, George Scott was a multiple All-Star. David Johnson, actually just realized this, had a great year in 72, I believe, where he hit 42 or 43 home runs with the Braves. Tommy Agee was an multiple-time All-Star, also a 69 World Series champ. Cleon Jones, same thing. Randy Hundley was actually a very solid catcher for many years, also the father of Todd Hundley. So we're going to use that as a future backdrop, and I'm excited to add that. And I didn't have a problem spending money. The eBay seller, like I said, has multiple like cool old vintagey articles for sale, and he's pretty good. I mean, I think he gave me like 50% off, and I think I'm into it for like $10 shipped or something. I felt that when I get all my signed All-Star Cup cards back from Beckett, which probably going to be a couple months, but I will do a show dedicated just towards the All-Star, All-Star rookie cards. So, and specifically being signed, but I think it's definitely a good show to do. So let's take care of Johan first. So Johan, who is, he will claim that he's always getting, he's always getting one-overed. We'll use that term, one-overed by the grading companies. And just give me 1 second. I'm going to grab some displays. I should have just grabbed these before, but just hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just wanted to grab some of these. I did some reorganization in the office. And so Mr. Johan, we sent out, so he got a couple orders back from PSA, and the turnaround time on this was good, but I think the turnaround times are good in general, especially with what's going on now. I haven't done any bulk orders with them. This was a very small order that included a 86 Flair Jordan rookie. And so I think that was part of partly why it was expedited. We sent these out back January 25th, got them back, I think February or January or March 1st, or could have been before that, might have been like, February 25th or something like that. So it was like a month turnaround time, even though they basically said it's going to take 65 to 70 business days, and they literally got it back in a full month. So I thought that was pretty cool, and definitely worth sharing. So anyways, we had a Rod Carew that came back. I think it was like miscut or not able to hold her. And, it's got this like bow. It's not trimmed. So, but it looks really nice in a SGC holder for sure. Authentic. We wanted to get that done in PSA. But I think with that order, it missed the boat where you can request it, but you have to add it to the notes. And that was like the last of the run. So anything we get back going forward, like if it's like something like it's heavily marked with pen or something like that, where they're like, it doesn't get a numerical grade, you have to request that any card needs to be put into a authentic holder. So we got back a couple of cards that were minied from PSA, and we got numerical grades. These are 82 Donruss Cal Ripken Juniors. And I'm not really sure why this one got a 6. I don't think we would have sent this in if we thought it was going to be a 6. And I'm not sure. Well, here we go. So I was talking to Johan about this. So there are some, blue print defects on the back. I'm just going to take this off camera and kind of put it in the light a little bit. I see maybe like the start of a small, tiny indent down here. It's probably what did it. So definitely grading hard on that. But the print defects, I don't think would have brought that down to a 6. I think it's that tiny little, the beginning of a tiny indent. I mean, it's small. So, and then this one came back in 8.5, nicely centered. I mean, better in 8.5 than, not being in a holder at all. That's for sure. So it's centered well. Let me see if I can off camera it real quick and just see if there's any. Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know why that did 9, but not my card. So anyways, we got this was the Jordan that came back as altered. And after looking at it, I felt that there was something funny with the top edge, and we got it in an authentic holder with no explanation, but there's something going on up here. I don't know if somebody was just like, oh yeah, let me just take a razor and just kind of start doing something. I think that's natural damage. And I think the card probably should have gotten a 3. But it's a nicely centered card. It just has that little issue up at the top. It's a shame. That should probably sell for, being that it's authentic and doesn't have a numerical grade. Just the presentation of it should be well. I mean, as long as that doesn't, drive you nuts. I mean, it's not an authentic where it's like the card was sitting in a wallet for 20 something years and bent or whatever. So, it's a pretty crisp card otherwise. So we have that. All right, Johan, you're done. Get you up here. Now, let's do some more mail. So we have, my knife's over here. Okay. So we have we have 2 mail. This one I picked up off of eBay. This came from Coyote_80. This was an open auction. I don't know how active this seller is. I noticed that they had stuff. This was an expensive card, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not really too happy that it was sent in just a straight bubble mailer, even though it's thicker. I think I spent about $300 for the card, and I I would have preferred just a heads up, Alex. I would definitely just get an 8x4x4 box. I mean, otherwise, I'm extremely happy that it got to me. You sent it very quick. Look, he even sent me free cards. So egg on my face for bashing him. No, I'm not bashing you. Look at this. Wow, this is actually really nice. Okay, so we have a 1968 Tops Johnny Bench with multiple inscriptions. Won this on open auction. Don't like the fact that this is trading card. It is a 68 Tops. That's not your fault, Alex. I prefer where it actually has a header. You have to pay extra for that. It's a savings when you could get it done in the trading card. I understand that, but it does have a Gem Mint 10 auto grade on it, which I also like. Now, and it's got some schmegma on the back. Lower grade card. This would probably grade a 1.5 or a 2, but it's a nice presentation 1.5 or 2. I think this is number 8. And you know what? I mean, here I am bashing the guy about not sending the stuff in the box, but he protected it with a who's this guy? James Paxton, a jersey card of the New York Yankees. Thank you very much for that. And an 87 Tops Barry Larkin. Centered mostly, a little off centered, but still very cool. There's a very nice gesture. Probably the first person to give me the second person to give me free cards on the show here. And I do appreciate that. And like I said, the only thing is if you're sending out high dollar stuff, I mean, literally take this package, put it in there, and then just put it in an 8x4x4 box. It doesn't add much as far as weight, and it just gives it that little extra protection. But thank God this came back in, case not cracked or anything like that. And this is gonna sit very well with the rest of my Johnny Bench rookies. So much appreciated. Now, here we go. Here's a repeat. It's not a mail day unless if I get something from my boy, Mr. Brian Yonker. Okay, so I'm just going to flash his business card up here. Okay, his eBay ID is Brian-21. He, as I have said before and have had him, he's the only person to appear on a mail day as a special guest. And because he just has amazing signed vintage cards. And as we became more friendly, he just, he gives me some updates on some things that have been coming in. And this one we were kind of talking about a couple weeks ago. He sent me a message the other day. Literally got this out to me. We made the agreement on it for what to pay for it. And he got it out in the mail literally like that next morning. It got to me, I think, 2 days later. Again, he doesn't live that far from me, but he's in Long Island. I'm in Connecticut. So that was greatly appreciated. And here we have, this is my only one. I mean, I have multiple autographs of this person on different items, but this is the only one I have on. I always love this card. 1971 top semi-high number, 513, Nolan Ryan. And the card's OC left to right. But this is a very tough card to get crease free. Usually you see it with, edge damage and corner damage and stuff like that. It's a little light. I would probably grade this card as, X, excellent condition, which is kind of high grade for this particular card, especially being that's in the semi-high number series. And there you see the legendary Nolan Ryan, the Texas Express, don't mess with Texas, in front of the Royal Crown, advertisement there. I always love that card, and I'm glad to have one signed. And, as I say before, or I've said before, these particular signed cards they're getting up there in price, first of all, and even in situations like with Johnny Bench, I'm not sure if he's on the train as far as charging more for signed rookie cards, but I know Pete Rose is, and I know a lot of other guys are kind of following suit where they're commanding more money to get rookie cards signed. So it's just like an inscription. It's just going to be a premium. And so if you're just starting to get into it, I would, definitely start comparing prices and do the best that you can. It's a fun thing to do, that's for sure. And again, I'm not asking, I'm telling you, go to my buddy Brian-21, Bryon-21 on eBay. Also, you can email him too at brian.yonker@icloud.com. And, you could talk shop with him a little bit. He's a really good guy, very friendly, and he is on the ball as far as getting your product out once it's paid for. So much appreciated, Brian. Hope all is well over there. Now, I have an old PSA package that I opened up because I needed to get out an order for Beckett, and for some reason this didn't feel like 13 slabs. It felt a little light, which means that some stuff came back as no good, which I was actually kind of shocked because I felt that 3 out of the 4 were definitely legit. And the 4 cards that they kicked were 71 Tops, Billy Canigliaro, which who's faking that card? I just don't think they had any. I know it's good because I've owned multiple ones of those before, and it was signed in vintage ballpoint pen, and they couldn't put in a holder, so that's $20 I'm out there. 74 Tops special, Hank Aaron. No, that one's good too. So that was a shame. The Ted Williams, I'm a little questionable on it, but I think it's got a shot at being good. So I don't know what the deal is with that. The Carl Morton, definitely questionable. I did pick it off of eBay. I think I paid like $30 for it. He died in 1982 or 83. Again, it might be a situation where they don't have exemplars on it. So I ended up talking to an old friend of mine that works at BGS, and I sent him, I think, 115 cards to get done. So I have 115 in-person card order at BGS. It's being worked on pretty much right now, and I should have it back in, under 60 days. So roughly, I think. Even if it's 90, it's okay. It's much faster and much more or less expensive than PSA. So, I think I had mentioned something before where I wanted to kind of get a lot of my cards uniformed in PSA. I was doing a lot of business with them. I was okay with paying the extra money to get them in the PSA holders with the acknowledgement of the year of the card. And even if they held it for a while, I was okay with that. But they just did away with that service. I mean, I think the cheapest service that you can do is $50 for a card, and that might have even gone up because they just raised their prices. So don't quote me on that. Anyways, we have a 1978 Tops Julius Irving. I think I showed this on a mail day a long time ago over the summer. These went out, I think, like July 14th. I'm sorry. These went out in August, and I'm just getting them back. So sometime in August, I'm getting them back. I just got them back last week or 2 weeks ago. And so very cool card. This was I think this was a scoreboard product. And, they did like 1978 and signed in gold Sharpie. So I think that's pretty cool of the Doctor. We have a 1988 Tops Mark McGuire. Plucked this off of eBay for I think around $30, and it's got that old loopy McGuire signature. It's got the cartoon trophy, the cup card, which is one of the reasons why I grabbed it. Definitely a card in my childhood. I was 11 years old when it came out, and I was all over this card. Sorry, Cal. And we got a dual signed Fred Lynn, Tom Paquette rookie. Happy that came back good. Red Sharpie, blue ballpoint pen. It's a little bit of a contrast there, but I've got a pretty sweet collection of Red Sox cards going on. So here's one that I was surprised that they authenticated. They kicked Billy Canigliaro. They kicked Carl Morton, both 71 Tops All-Star rookies. And they authenticated Alan Gallagher, and he just signed it in his classic Dirty Al. And the story behind that is I think his uniform is in the Baseball Hall of Fame for having like one of the dirtiest uniforms, and his nickname was Dirty Al, and he just signed it Dirty Al. and so I just love this card. I mean, I always have. It's in lower grade, and I was actually surprised. I was like, oh, if there was one card I thought that they were going to not put in, it was going to be this one because it was just the nickname, but they must have enough exemplars on that. So sorry, Mike. Here's a guy who I have multiples of this card signed. It's a 1968 Tops All-Star rookie, Rod Carew. I absolutely love this card. I don't care how it's signed. I do like the older signature. I did pick one up recently from Mill Creek Sports that has the it's got his newer signature on it, like it's his recent signature. And it's a little tight, it's a little short, but Rod is getting older, and I kind of like the older kind of more flamboyant signatures. And I have multiples of those. So here we have a 1966 Tops Joe Morgan. Signed in vintage ballpoint pen, most likely playing days. We lost Joe Morgan last year in a cluster of great Hall of Famers: Lou Brock, Bob Gibson, Tom Seaver. In football, we lost Gale Sayers and Paul Hornung, and there's other guys too, Phil Necro. So I mean, I'm just very happy that I got this card back. I have multiples of these, but I just love this card, and it's another reason why I'm going to be doing. As you could start seeing, like, look, you got. Cup card, Hall of Famer, not a Hall of Famer. Probably should be a Hall of Famer, but most likely will not get in, but we're hoping. I'm rooting for Mark. Anyways, we have a 1966 Tops Joe Morgan. So anyways, we have another one. I had two in there. Again, vintage ballpoint pen, playing days. Gorgeous card. I mean, look, just, action shot for Tops. We're going to open up the glove. We're going to act like we're, doing a catch. He's not in a game or anything right there, but just that nice sky blue background. I mean, just a great card of one of the best second basemen of all time. We have 1966 Tops. Again, we got a Big Red Machine theme going on here with the Johnny Benchstein rookie and the Joe Morgans, and now we got Tony Perez with the Hall of Fame inscription. And this one I did pick off at eBay pretty inexpensively, I think $45. It had the JSA cert already, and it is officially dual certed. And again, another great card of a Tops All-Star rookie. Very cool. And last but not least, of that batch, we have 1966 Tops Ron Swabota. Again, another All-Star rookie, another Met. There's a lot of Mets that ended up with this All-Star rookie. So very happy about that. That was also vintage ballpoint pen, and I think I paid $6 for that card. So I'm roughly into it for $26, $27, which is kind of high. You could probably buy one outright. But again, I was going for the uniformed look of all the PSAs. Now I'm going to have a mixed bag because I'm going to have a bunch of stuff coming back from Beckett, which, again, I don't have a problem with. So anyways, let us get us uncluttered here. Could finally put these away. These were kind of sitting out for a while. I like to get them in my boxes. Not Johan's cards, of course. Those go back to Johan. So get these out of the way. And okay, so the last two things, we have two more returns from PSA. Kind of funny. They could have probably shipped them together. I probably could have requested it, but didn't realize I wasn't paying attention. So in this box, we just have one card. I paid $50 to get it authenticated, and it is a 1994 Signature Rookies Derek Jeter. I wouldn't call it a rookie auto, but it has that vintage signature. He signed a lot of these. I mean, it's out of 8,650. I wanted to, get the auto grade on it. I saw that look at that. It's just made it not coming off the border, and we got a 10 for an auto grade. So we have a card that is pushing, I mean, right now it's 26, 27 years old. So it's pushing 30 years old, and it is like this is before Jeter even, played a game. And so I think that's pretty cool. It is a common signature. You do see it. You see that particular card up a lot, and, it's roughly worth $200 in the raw, maybe 150, 175. But I wanted to get the auto grade on it because I saw it was very bold, and now it's like encapsulated. So not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but whether I'm going to sell it or whatever. But I don't have any other Derek Jeter autographs right now, so it may be a hold until I get something to replace it. So now these went in July 14th, 2020. Just got these back last week. And this is definitely going to be worth the wait. So I want to stage this. Wow, it's amazing. All right, let's clear this out of here. Actually, why not take some of the best? Just put this up here for now. make you guys wait a little longer. I mean, we've only been 24 minutes. I appreciate you guys hanging out. That's for sure. Got McGuire. Fun little Sunday here. I'm supposed to be doing a podcast. I totally dropped the ball on, setting it all up. So that's on me. We're going to have my boy, John Paparossi. He's coming back on. He's got some things to say about PSA and what they're doing. And we're going to dig into a little bit about what's going on with HGA grading. So that should be fun. And, it's always a good time to have John on. He's a good friend. So, all right, we're set back up, and we're going to start off. Now, these are signed Hall of Fame postcards for the most part. They're oversized, encapsulated, and we have another guy that, as I said before, we lost last year. Legendary Hall of Famer pitcher Tom Seaver. For the Mets and the Reds mostly of his career. And this came back with an auto grade of 10. I was pretty pumped about that. For some reason, I only got charged like $80, I think, for $80 or $85 for the 4 cards, which is pretty good because there's a couple guys in here that typically most authentication companies charge a lot more for. So I don't know if it's just they're so busy and they didn't pick up on it, or they weren't going to, charge me extra. But anyways, guy that we just recently lost is we have Mr. Hammer and Hank Aaron, 89 Perez Steel. I love the Perez Steel cards. I always loved the Perez Steel, or even just Dick Perez and the way he did the Diamond Kings. It just reminds me of my childhood. A lot of people are going nuts for like the project cards, and some of them look good. Some of them, I don't know, maybe not so much, but this older stuff I really, really enjoy. And these cards are sharp. I think I requested the auto for the cards to be graded too, but for some reason, I don't know, it didn't go through or whatever. But anyways, we have an auto grade of 10. So I'm excited about that. So we have Mr. Hank Aaron. That's a gorgeous card. And then we have, holy smokes. Okay. We have Mr. Ted Williams with an auto grade of 10. Very, very cool. Signed beautifully. And that's just so good. And these are serial number. These are part of the celebration sets. So that came out of a deal last year. And lastly, but not least, we have a nice Mickey Mantle autograph with a strong auto, and I get a 9 auto grade. It's a little bit of a bummer, but I could see it. It's a little skippy to the left here. I don't know. So, I mean, it's a strong card, and, I kind of like the fact that they put little... it's not just their face. They have an action shot down below on all 4 of or 3 of these guys rather. And, just pretty excited to have these in my collection. So, anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. This has been a long show. I'll have another killer mail day next week. And of course we're going to do another podcast. I just got to get my butt together and, kind of get everybody on the same page, Mike and John, for the next podcast. And then also usually Wednesday, I do a fresh catch, which kind of features things I have going on to eBay in either open auction or in the store, but most likely it'll be auction type stuff. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys. A sincere thank you to all the listeners out there. If you like the show, please like, share, and comment below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be notified when all of our new shows are uploaded. Click on the links below to join Mike and Lem's Facebook page loaded with sports memorabilia content. Visit Mike's opening day break room to see tons of new products opened up daily that you can participate in. And lastly, visit our eBay store, CardKast, to look for the newest auctions of sports cards and memorabilia uploaded weekly. And we're out.